Hey guys, Rusty here. How you all doing? I'm starting a new series for Tekken 7, and it all revolves around lore tech. So anyone that doesn't know me, I've been a Ken main for Street Fighter 5 now for over a year, and my channel's dedicated to Ken. So I main Ken, and I put out as much Ken tech as possible. Stuff that I've found out, stuff that I found out myself, stuff that I have seen other players use that is useful. I pretty much get the tech videos out, share it with people, and there's a lot of discussion on my channel about the tech. So it's the same direction with Tekken 7 and with lore. I've played Tekken pretty much all my childhood, from the very first one now up to 7. It's kind of highlighted how bad I was at Tekken, now playing Tekken 7, so it's time to put some real time into lore. I can do the combos, but do I understand the game? Probably not as well as I should. So it's a journey. We're going to look at lore. We're going to look at all his options, his combos, his tactics, and level up as a lore player. Alongside that, I will be learning the game the more I play as well. So it should be good. The series will pick it up now, and will progress as time goes on, and hopefully we'll see your lore as well as my lore improve with time. That said, there is a lot of information out there already. There's channels like Avoid the Puddle, they've got the Level Up series that Rip does. There's a lot of information already out there, but why my channel's different is it specifically aimed at beginner players. So I'll explain things at a very low level, and I will happily explain things in more detail if people need help. So that's where this channel's different to other channels. It's very sounds a bit creepy, but it's a bit personal. I'll help as much as I can. If you're stuck with things, practicing, explaining combo, explaining situations, inputs, I'll go through it in as much detail as I can. So that's pretty much the introduction to the series and what I'm planning to do. This video in itself is about Law's DSS. So it's his dragon. It's referred to as Dragon Stance, or I think it's got another name actually. Go in there. Dragon Charge, I think it can be referred to as well. So DSS is basically where Law goes into a stance after particular moves, and why that's important is because it opens up more options to him and better combo potential. So I've got the DSS down pretty well, but my go-to, especially for combos, is in the Shaolin kicks. Oops, my bad. Into his cannon kick. His dragon kick or whatever. I'm not too familiar with the names of his moves. Let's have a look. What's it actually called? Fair. There's that many moves in Tekken. Let's not waste time. What your ultimate goal for DSS, especially for combos, is you want to learn the timing. So I got it wrong there. To do a legend kick at the end, which it's not. It is difficult. I will be completely honest, it's very tight, the timing, but once you know the timing, it's not that bad, but it's something you got to practice on a daily basis. See there, I'm already messing it up. There you go. That's basically timing to get it perfect, and what I found is that's the gist of what you need to do. That's pretty much the training exercise, so I've jumped the gun a little bit there, but that's how I learned the timing for DSS. So let me show you the sort of combos you want to go for. So after a launcher, the very basic combo where you want to implement the Shaolin kicks into a DSS finisher would be a launcher, back 2-1, and then you'll dash forward into Shaolin kicks, and then the DSS finisher of your choice. So launch, back 2-1, dash forward, Shaolin kicks, finisher. So that's the sequence you want. Actually, let's just look at the inputs. So I'll break that down again. So if you look at my inputs there, you can see I did down, forward 2. So if you guys aren't familiar with the numbering conventions, Tekken, the buttons are referred to 1, 2, 3, 4. Essentially 1 is square, 2 is triangle, 3 is X, and 4 is circle. So green, if you look at the very beginning sequence there, I did down, forward, green, which is 2. Then I did back 2, then 1. Then I did a dash, forward, forward. In Tekken 7, you can actually press buttons while you're dashing. You can actually block while dashing. So if you want to dash to gain some spacing, get close to the opponent, but then you want to quickly go into a move, you can cancel your dash into move, so that can be done. So let's go back again. So down, forward 2, that's the launcher. Back to 1, that's what puts them into the spinning state when they hit the floor. Dash, and I did the Shaolin kicks. You can see I pressed 4, then there's an overlap there where I pressed 4 and 3 together, but essentially the Shaolin kicks came out 4 and 3, then back. This is the important part. Back, forward 3. So what that does is, I'll show you. So that's that combo altogether. That's not an optimal DSS combo, but that's a very good beginner one to initially pick up. So if I restart now, so what you do is people say to do the Shaolin kicks. If I get it right, if you do it too quick, you get the can kick or whatever they call it. So what I do and what I've figured out is not to rush the DSS input. The DSS input is back forward, so you do Shaolin kicks 4-3, then back forward. Now that's the first part that's difficult. What I do is I input the Shaolin kicks, but as I've input them, if you look at my inputs, the buttons, and then the actual animation, I input the buttons, and the animation's still taking place. After you input the buttons, that's when you want to press back forward. Back forward initiates DSS. So look at the buttons at the bottom right. So 4-3, back forward. And I do back forward after I've input 4-3. I don't do 4-3 back forward all at the same time. You can do it, but that's where I find you have problems with the input. So if I do it, you can't. It doesn't really illustrate there. Like there, look at that. You see how the back and the 3 are overlapping. You can do that, but what that sort of causes is that causes you to be. You're doing too much in one go, and your inputs can be bad. I feel. And again, I'm talking from experience of myself learning the DSS. I think it's better to do 4-3, back forward, separate them out, but do the back forward while the Shaolin kicks are still coming out, and initiate DSS. And the key there is, you have to, when you're in DSS, you do your finisher, your forward 3, you do your forward 4, as soon as the Shaolin kicks finish. So the way to explain it is, you input the Shaolin kicks, you input the DSS while the Shaolin kicks is taking place, and as soon as the Shaolin kicks finish, you don't want to wait for him to do his little dance backwards. So as soon as the Shaolin kicks finish, that's when you go for the DSS finisher. So I'll explain that again. So do your Shaolin kicks, input back forward after you've input the Shaolin kicks, but while the Shaolin kick animation is still taking place. And as soon as that second kick comes out, as soon as that animation ends, that's when you input your finisher. So your forward 4, your forward 3. Forward 3 is cannon kick, which has better, it comes out quicker than, it's easy to link. So if I do, it's easy to link that. That's why I prefer to go for that. But as I become better at this, and as you become better at this, see, I'm already messing it up. You will be able to get that. It just takes practice with the timing, but that is more difficult to do. I'm not quite sure why it's more difficult to do. I think because it hits high, maybe the range. I'm not sure. It's more difficult. That's more difficult to link at the end of a combo than that. And if you look at the damage difference, that's, oh, you can't really see there. That's 47 in that scenario, and it's 44. So you get a tiny bit more damage for using the legend kick, and that's why, that's the optimal option. But if you keep dropping it in a match, then you need to practice. And going back to the inputs, like I said earlier, that's what you need to practice. So you need to practice input. So it's a dash forward after they're in a, I call it, it's like the new bound state. If you're familiar with Tekken Tag 2 and Tekken 6, that is like, it's the corkscrew state or the screw state. That's what it's referred to. So you've got to dash forward to shining kicks reach, and that's where it's important to learn the timing for the DSS. So input the shining kicks. So you've done it, input DSS, and as soon as that shining kick's finished, so that's when you press forward 3, forward 4. So I won't put input DSS, but it's like that, that, like that, 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 that. So I wish I'll have to get a video where I show you my actual my fingers on the pad, but you can probably hear it if I put it near to the mic. So that was, there you go, that was, I wasn't supposed to put the DSS in there, but it's 1, 2, 2. That's what I don't want to say 1, 2 because I'm saying 1, 2 in timing, so it's da da da. It's almost like to a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's I'll see if you can hear it. That's the rhythm. Dun 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 dun. Now if I input the, I know it sounds really silly what I'm doing now, but that will help you so much. So if I input DSS now, dun dun dun. That was probably slow actually. Dun dun dun, like that. Again, that's probably slow. You can. That's the quickest you'll get it. And what you got to do is to get the timing perfect. Don't do it in a combo. Just keep doing it over and over again. Keep doing that. What I'll do is I'll do the restart in between each attempt. And just keep doing it over and over. So that was too early. There you go. Ah, too early. That's the sort of timing you want. Every time you get it right, just cancel out, do it again. So I'm rushing it now because I'm talking. I'm not really concentrating. I'll concentrate now. Watch. Oops. See, that's very consistent. If I do it in a combo now, if I try and mimic that time in the combo, see, got it first time because I know my fingers, the muscle memory. I can hear the timing in my, with the button presses, with the inputs. That's the way to master it. Now I haven't mastered this because I can't consistently get legend kick. Optimal combo after a launcher would be, if you do a launcher, it's not back 2-1. You get after you launch, if you do forward 4, up 3, before you screw state. So just go through that again. It's launcher. Forward 3, sorry, forward 4, up 3, forward 4, up 3, back 2-1. That's your optimal. I say optimal. That's a more advanced DSS, max damage combo. Not max damage, but a combo. To get more damage, I think is you do a back 2, and you do a back 2-1 to squeeze more damage. So that would look like this. But see, I'm out of range now. That's why I don't do the 2 back 2. I don't do the back 2, back 2-1. I haven't. Again, I've got a lot of practice to do myself, but I'll run through that again. So launcher, forward 4, up 3. Oops. I can't really, because I'm not very familiar with the move names and the inputs. It's hard to talk it through while I'm doing it. So launcher, that. Messed it up there. I've got to, because of the back 2-1, I've got to really run in to get the last part to make a catch. But let's try and do it for the sake of the video. I just caught it. So that's I'd say is optimal. That's optimal mid screen. That's what you want to. Well, that's what you want to aspire to. So the launcher, the forward 4, up 3, back 2, back 2-1, then the run up shouting kicks. And then at least forward 3. There's no way I'll get forward 4 in that situation. You can try it, but I'll try it once. But it's really hard to get it because of the spacing after the. It's because you do back 2, back 2-1. You got to really run in, get the shining kicks, and finish off with the legend kick. It's really hard to catch. Let's try it. Nah, so I rushed the input of forward 4 at the end there. Because I know it's so tight. That's not what I want. Ah, there you go. So that's optimal. You know, it's difficult. That's very difficult to do. Very, very difficult. Simplify it. So a beginner, like I said, go back to the beginning combo. Launcher, back 2-1, forward, a dash forward, shining kicks. Either your legend kick or your cannon kick. Let's do that again. Missed that. Man. So you see there, it's very easy to forget the timing. There you go. So when you do that, you haven't got to run in to get the shining kicks. You can just do a dash, forward, then go to shining kicks. Whereas if you do this combo, which is more damage, you have to run in there, and cancel the run into shining kicks. Again, that's something else that makes it more difficult. That's gonna miss, yeah. Again, it's down to the timing. The run is very important, else you won't be able to get it. So to run, it's forward, hot, and you hold it on the second as you run. So dash is dash. The dash forward is forward, but to run, it's forward, hold forward. So you need to do that. So you have to run in, and then cancel the run just by pressing the shining kick input, then DSS it, and then forward 3 or forward 4. So I've gone through a lot there in a short space of time, but that's how you need to practice. So to practice it, start off with shining kicks, DSS, forward 3, master that, then implement that. I don't know why that's so much easier. Timing. It flows better. Practice the timing like that. Get used to the cancel and the input of the forward 3. There is other options as well. Forward 2, there's less damage though. Get used to that. And when I say do it over and over, I literally mean, and this is no word of a lie, do it 100 times over in the morning, and then later on in the evening do it 100 times over again. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it until you lose your mind, until, you know, your dinner's ready or something, I don't know. Just keep doing it over and over. And once you got the timing down, then implement it in the easy combo. So the launcher, back 2-1, dash forward. And then you'll realize how easy that is. And then once you've done that, then implement it in the more advanced combo, that one. Now pretty much when you've got that down, you're at a good stage to move on to the legend kick, and then do the same with legend kick. Get the timing down. I think it's because of startup animation, so it's a bit longer with that. That's why it's hard to link. So start practicing that. Then once you've done that, go back to the beginner combo and implement the legend kick. Once you master that, then move on to the next combo, which was this one. Remember to run and practice the legend kick. You can see how I'm very consistent with that. So I've got practice to do myself as well. But I gotta say, it's very difficult to do it while you're commentating, while you're talking. It's much easier when you're focusing better in the game. That's essentially it, guys. That's how I learned how to DSS. And why you need to learn DSS with lore is because it opens up more damage, more combo potential, and mix-ups as well. So I should mention that. It's, you know, the DSS isn't just about combo potential, it's mix-ups. So to go into DSS, so you can do the shouting kicks. You can do the DSS there. You can do while rising 3, and it automatically goes into DSS there. So you can get like a, if they're going to press a button, you can do forward 1, which gives you that. You can do, while you're in DSS, if I show you, forward 1 and 2 at the same time, gives you that, which is, it's an armoured move, that is, similar to that move, the forward 3. So if they're pressing buttons after you do that, and you input forward 2-1, you'll absorb whatever they do, and you'll get good damage for it. It's a pretty good move, that. So yeah, while rising 3, you can also get a junkyard kick. So the junkyard the junkyard combo is back 2, 3, 1. Now it's a risky move to throw out higher up in the ranks. So that's back 2 is a good move. It's a mid. Back 2, 1. Back 2, 3. It's good, but if they can see the low coming, if they expect it, they can parry it. You can delay it, so that's natural timing. But you can delay the low like that, throw them off a little bit. It's good to mix it up. So if you establish a few back 2, 1s, if you just raw back 2s, then you throw out a back 2, 1. That can mix them up a little bit. But where you can DSS, you have to input the 4 afterwards. So if you do back 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then block it, if you can input DSS after you put the 4, input the 4. See that there? It's going to DSS. So you can do things like that, which is lower down the ranks. That will work. Back 2, 3, 4, DSS, forward 1, 2. They often press buttons and they'll get caught by the armor. Obviously, don't do it if you're on low health. But if you've got plenty of health and you expect them to press a button, if they keep mashing jab over and over, which a lot of people do, lower ranks, and that's a good setup. You can even combo off of it. So if I do legend kick, yeah, it'll work. So that timing for junkyard combo, junkyard kick into DSS is, I just do back, forward, 3, 4. And as soon as I press 4, I input DSS. That's not an optimal combo. I would never recommend doing that. Yeah, it looks cool, does a lot of damage, but it's not great. Where you may want to use junkyard into legend kick would be a situation like that. So if you get that as a punish, 4, 3 plus 4 plus 3. 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4, then 4, which is that. That can be a punish for some moves, certain moves. It's slow startup, but you'll be surprised. Some moves are very, very slow. Or say if somebody throws out a rage art, you can go for that. Not all rage arts, but some of them. If you do that, then you do dash forward, junkyard combo, and then you can get legend kick afterwards. That's quite easy to link. That is. See, it's pretty easy to do. That's a potential punish combo for you there, but you never want to do raw. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, like I said, if they block that sequence and you go into DSS, you can mix them up with that at the end. You can't cancel back 2, 3 into DSS, unfortunately. That'd be really cool if you could. You can't do that. So yeah, DSS is, it's like I said, it's very powerful. You need to learn it because the mix-ups off of DSS. So that's forward 1. You can get 1 forward 1. That actually combos. That does be close enough. It's difficult to do that. 1. Yeah, that combos it because the first hit puts him in a stun state. If I do it right, if you watch again, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm cheating now. I'm going straight into the stance, which is down 2-1. Don't really want to use that in a match. It's quite punishable. You can see there, 1 puts him in a stun state. You can even do a legend kick after that if you're quick enough. There you go. So yeah, so his options in DSS: 1 forward 1, 1 forward 4, forward 2. Yeah, he sort of cancels into that punch. 2 itself is like I think that may launch on counter or knock them up in the air. 3, that's a tracking move. If they sidestep, that will hit. 4 is a low. That's actually very good. That is. So another good mix-up. And then of course forward 3 and forward 4. So he's got lots of options. The only one that has armor will be forward 1, 2. That's the only one with armor, which is signified by the sort of grey see like the grey, I don't know what you call it, like the cloud around him. That means he's got armour. What I did there was I did forward 2-1. That's his like 1-inch punch. You can cancel DSS into that, but there's not really much point. No reason why you'd want to do that. I think that may have 1 hit of armor actually, but that's nothing to do with DSS, so don't get confused. So I've kind of waffled on a little. I have a habit of doing that, but essentially we've covered how to practice DSS. We've covered the DSS options. That about sums up the video. I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you've got any questions, if you need any more help, if you're having problems, just drop a comment in the video and I'll come back to you and try and help you. But that's the sort of timing, that's the way to build up the practice. So practice the timing first, implement it in a simple combo, then try it in a more advanced combo. And when you're comfortable with that, try and set up a few legend kicks. So I'll start off with the forward 3 ender, then try the forward 4, the legend kick ender. And you can get legend kick consistently with the beginner combo, move on to more advanced combo, and just keep practicing the timing. I mean, I've been playing Tekken 7 now. I haven't put much time into it yet, but I've been playing it for a couple of weeks, and I still practice the timing every day. Not every day, every time I play. As soon as I log on and I'm playing the game, I'll practice the timing before I even go on to an online match. Practice the timing. If you get that, if you're getting this, show you. That's because you've input it too quick. So just readjust your timing. You gotta be careful not to press them buttons together. Try and press 4, 3 separately. That's the way to start off practicing it. So hopefully guys that's been helpful. I apologise it's been such a long-winded video, but I think we've covered everything we need to. We can revisit this at a later date, especially once I'm more versed with using it in the more advanced combos. So yeah, I hope it's been helpful. Drop a comment for any feedback, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.